This homemade bread is very soft and milky. Once you try this recipe, you're never ever gonna buy bread anymore. It's gonna be your go-to recipe. So for the ingredients in a mixer, you want to start by adding some warm water. Now bring in 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. I'm using instant yeast right here. If you are using the active dry yeast, you're going to let it sit for like 5 minutes inside warm water so it can proof. For my sweetener, I will add in honey. You can use any of your sweetener, be it brown sugar, anything just to sweeten it. I'll bring in some powdered milk right here. Go ahead and mix that until the yeast dissolves. Like I said, I'm using instant yeast. I'm not going to let it proof. If you're using active dry yeast, please let it proof. Now I'll bring in my all-purpose flour. Make sure you check the comment section for the ingredients, okay? Now bring in some salt to taste. You want to go ahead and mix everything until a perfect dough is combined just like this. At this point, I'll bring in softened butter. Do not bring in your softened butter from the beginning, okay? Bring it when your dough comes together as one. So now you want to mix that until a smooth dough is formed just like this. You see that? That is how smooth you want your dough to be. Now use your hand and fold because we're going to let it rest for about an hour, 30 minutes. Now you want to transfer that into a greased bowl. I greased my bowl with some butter. You can use normal oil, anything to grease your bowl with. Now rub on some cooking oil on top of the dough so that it doesn't dry off and becomes crusty. Now you want to cover that and let it rest for at least 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes in a warm environment. After that time, you want to press that to release some air bubbles, and we're going to divide the dough into 3 equal parts depending on your baking pan. You can fold these according to any shape you want. So based on my baking pan, I will fold and seal just like this. Then I transfer into my baking pan. So if you love my baking pan, I'll drop the link for you guys for the baking pan. Now let that rest for like 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes, this is how that is looking. You want to cover, or you can let it open and bake as you want it. Now I'll just cover that, and it's going to go to my preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 35 to 40 minutes, okay? So yeah, and after that time, this is how beautiful my bread is looking. Like my house is filled with that beautiful fresh bakery flavor, you know what I mean? Now you want to transfer onto a surface and let it cool before you open and serve. But I just want to show you how milky and cotton like it is inside. See how delicious that is. So guys, if you get to try this recipe, let me know how it turned out. If you have any questions, I'm gonna answer ASAP. Until meet again, bye.